Hello viewers, myself Jyoti Bhattacharya. I am now going to discuss about properties of coarse aggregate. We know that concrete is most widely used construction material by binding fine aggregate and coarse aggregate with cement paste. Aggregate occupies about 70 to 80% volume of concrete. This aggregate acts as filler material and it gives bulk to the concrete. In this way, aggregate reduces the cost of concrete and imparts strength and durability to concrete. Usually aggregate is a chemically inert material, but few aggregates have been found as chemically active. The aggregate is an important constituent in the concrete, hence the properties of aggregate influence the properties of fresh concrete as well as the properties of hardened concrete. Aggregate must meet certain requirements to ensure that the concrete to be workable, sound, durable and economical. The different properties of coarse aggregate which affect the quality of concrete are source, shape, size, surface texture, specific gravity, bulk density, water absorption, surface moisture, soundness, impurities in aggregate. Now I am going to discuss about different properties of coarse aggregate one by one. The first one is source of aggregate. According to the source of aggregate, aggregate is classified into two groups: natural aggregate and artificial aggregate. Natural aggregates are those aggregates which are obtained from natural sources such as natural deposits of sand and gravel, or from quarries by cutting rocks or by crushing rocks. For example, natural sand and gravel. It is classified according to geological mode of formation, that is igneous, sedimentary and metamorphic origin, and each of these is further classified into different categories as per IS 383/1970. Aggregate from the igneous rock is hard, tough, dense, and the surface texture is crystalline. Most of the aggregates found naturally are of igneous origin because the earth crust is widely covered with igneous rock. Aggregate from the sedimentary rock. It yields the flaky aggregate, which is not desirable in concrete operation. Limestone and sandstones are the sedimentary rock which can provide the good quality of aggregate. Aggregate from metamorphic rock are generally having the foliated structure, but the foliation means that is it consists of thin sheets are not desirable for any aggregate. That's why metamorphic rocks are not found satisfactory to that extent. But the quartzite and gneiss are the metamorphic rock which provides the good quality of aggregate. Artificial aggregate, example broken bricks are called slag, expanded shell, sintered fly ash, bloated clay. Broken bricks suitable for mass concrete, but as it is porous, it is not suitable for waterproof construction due to poor resistance to wear and tear. It is not suitable for road work. Blast furnace slag, it has unique property of fire resistance, but due to presence of the sulfur it promotes corrosion to steel. Sintered fly ash is used for lightweight concrete. Now, according to the shape of coarse aggregate, the coarse aggregate is classified into four groups: rounded, irregular or partly rounded, angular, elongated and flaky aggregate. Minimum voids are found in rounded particle. The ratio of surface area to volume is minimum, hence the requirement of cement paste is also minimum. It is having the poor bond strength, therefore it is unsuitable for high strength concrete. The irregular or partly rounded aggregate. The void percentage is slightly more than the rounded aggregate, that is 35 to 38%. Therefore more cement paste is required as compared to rounded aggregate. Bond strength is slightly better, but it is still not suitable for high strength concrete. Angular aggregate, it is the best among all these aggregates It is having sharp edge, it is angular, and the surface texture is rough. The voids percentage is 38 to 40%. Cement paste requirement is more, therefore interlocking between the particles are good. It is bond strength is good. It is suitable for high strength concrete and pavement subjected to tension. Elongated and flaky aggregate whose percentage is limited to 10 to 15% because these aggregate tend to orient in one direction with water, which creates the air pocket beneath it. Therefore, the strength of the concrete is reduced and the durability of the concrete is also reduced. The important terms to be noted, that is elongation index, flakiness index and angularity number. Elongation index is related to the percentage of the elongated particle present in the aggregate. Similarly, flakiness index is related to the flaky particle present in the aggregate. Angularity number is related to the percentage of the voids in aggregate. For ideal rounded particle, it is angularity number is 0, where the void percentage is 33%. If the void percentage in any angular aggregate is 40%, then the angularity number will be 40 minus 33, which is equal to 7. Usually the aggregate for the concreting operation is having the angularity number 0 to 10. The size of coarse aggregate. According to the size, the aggregate can be classified into fine aggregate, coarse aggregate and all-in aggregate. Fine aggregate are those aggregate whose size is equal to 4.75 and less. Sand is used as a fine aggregate in concrete operation, so whose size is 4.75 and up to 0.07 millimeter. According to IS 383/1970, the sand can be classified into 4 zones, zone 1 to zone 4. Zone 1 is the coarsest and the zone 4 is the finest sand. As in this lecture, the coarse aggregate portion is discussed, so the emphasis is given on the coarse aggregate. Coarse aggregate size is more than 4.75 mm and it is up to 80 millimeter. Use of larger size coarse aggregate has various advantages because it requires less quantity of water, less quantity of the cement, workability is increased, but another important point is it reduces the thermal stress, that is the shrinkage is less also, but it reduces the compressive strength of the concrete. For the concrete with high water cement ratio, the nominal size of coarse aggregate must be as large as possible. For high strength concrete, 10 to 20 mm size of aggregate is preferred. As for example, the 20 MPa aggregate, the maximum size of coarse aggregate is 40 mm, whereas for 30 MPa concrete, the maximum size of coarse aggregate is 20 millimeter. That is, as the size of the coarse aggregate will be more, the strength of the concrete will be less. Maximum size of the coarse aggregate in concrete is governed by clause 5.3.3 of IS 456/2000. Next is all-in aggregate. It is the combined aggregate found in nature, consisting of fine aggregate and coarse aggregate in different fractions. Sometimes adjustment is required to compensate the deficient fraction. It is not suitable for the high strength concrete. Single size aggregate It is the aggregate in which the particles are falling essentially within a narrow limit of size fraction. Say, as for example, if we say the 20 mm single size aggregate, it means the most of the particles in that sample are passing through the 20 mm sieve and are retained on 10 mm sieve. Then this type of aggregate is called as the single size aggregate or the 20 mm single size aggregate. Now, the surface texture of coarse aggregate. Surface texture is a measure of smoothness or roughness of aggregate surface. So surface texture may be glassy, smooth, granular, rough, crystalline, porous or honeycomb. The bond strength between the aggregate and the cement paste depends on the surface texture, because the bond is the mechanical anchorage between the particles. So it is an aggregate with the rough and porous texture which is mostly preferred than the smooth texture. Now the specific gravity of coarse aggregate. We know that specific gravity is equal to mass of solid of known volume divided by mass of equal volume of water at same temperature. The specific gravity of coarse aggregate can be determined in two ways. Once, when the aggregate is in saturated surface dry condition, and another in that condition when the aggregate is completely dry, that is the oven dry condition. Specific gravity or the normal specific gravity of aggregate is based on saturated surface dry condition of aggregate. Saturated surface dry means the surface of the aggregate is completely dry, but the pores of the aggregate are filled with water, and this water is considered as a part of aggregate because this water doesn't take part in the chemical reaction with cement. If the volume of the aggregate includes the voids, the resulting specific gravity is called apparent or bulk specific gravity. It is based on the oven dried condition of aggregate. The formula is given here, we can see. The apparent specific gravity is more than the specific gravity. The test procedure is given in IS 2386 part 3. The average specific gravity of natural aggregate usually in the range of 2.5 to 2.8. The specific gravity is used for conversion of volume into weight and vice versa, and the yield of concrete per unit volume can be calculated. Specific gravity can be used to determine the workability of concrete in terms of compacting factor. It is very important parameter for heavyweight concrete and the lightweight concrete designing. And then last one is the bulk density. Is a mass of material in a given volume. It is two types, loose bulk density and the rodent bulk density. Loose bulk density is used to determine the percentage of the voids in the aggregate. Formula is given here. And the rodent bulk density is used to determine the mass of aggregate required for unit volume of concrete. Higher the bulk density, then the fewer the voids of the aggregate sample, and the test procedure to determine the bulk density is given in IS 2386 part 3. The remaining properties of coarse aggregate will be covered in the next section. Thank you.